and I was really afraid we were going to do this, where it's like, what if we made him deaf, too?
I thought you were going to say that.
Yeah, what if we just messed with his ears? Then he was blind and deaf, which means you have a Daredevil who can only get around via touch, taste, and smell, which means he has to further really try and strengthen those abilities. So he's like crawling around, touching stuff and smelling
salt blocks all day in the gym. Blake T. Wilde here, and welcome back to the Comic Schtick Podcast, where comics are my shtick. I, of course, as you could tell, am joined by one of the comic tube OGs, CapedJoel.
Oh, you're too nice. You really are. Thank you for that one. You know, you do this thing for so long, and you're like, does anyone notice? Does anyone care what I do? So to actually be called an original, that really does mean a lot to me. Thank you so much. Of course. And thank you for having me.
Oh, well, thank you for agreeing to come on. I will release the person I did kidnap to get you here once this is done, of course. So,
where's my family?
Today, we are going to be ruining a blind man's life.
Yeah, you know, like you do, average Monday.
Oh, yeah. As you could tell from the title of this video, I didn't even think about it when I posed the topics to you, the list that I had. Daredevil Born Again Season 2 kicks off this month on March 24th. Yes. I am not caught up at all.
Oh, are you not? Oh,
I haven't even finished season 3.
Oh, wow, you're way back now. Like I feel like I could say you could just start on the Disney Plus thing, because they kind of design it to be a fresh start for people who maybe aren't totally familiar with how the Netflix stuff ended, but also like you'll appreciate it more. Because they definitely build it in a way where it's like, look, we know there's like a lot of people who really loved this and a lot of expectation going in. But yeah, you won't be disappointed when you do catch up. And I will try and keep spoilers as light as possible now that I know that.
Don't tell me what happens to Paint Face, Daredevil's greatest villain.
I think you mean Muse, actually, the Charles Soule original creation, who's actually getting a great push in the comics right now. Charles Soule.
Gotta have that synergy.
Yeah, Charles Soule brought him back for like his Eddie Brock Carnage run, and it's like, hey, remember I invented this villain? What's great about Muse is that he is one of the few villains where they take that Joker-esque tack, where it's like, no, you never learn his real name, you never see his face, you never learn his origin. He's just like, we don't even know how his powers work, really.
Oh, he has powers?
Yes. Okay. So in the book, he has powers. In the show, he doesn't have powers.
Of course, because that would be ridiculous in the MCU if this guy had powers. He just huffs paint all day. That's where he gets his powers.
But his powers are so mysterious. Is the thing where it's like, are you an Inhuman? Are you a mutant? What is it?
Joe, we both know he's not gonna be an Inhuman.
No, definitely not. Even though, God bless Charles Soule, he worked so hard for so long in that era to make the Inhumans work. Yeah, because he was writing the Inhumans book while he was also writing Daredevil. So, like, Daredevil befriended an Inhuman detective with sight powers, too. It was a whole thing. It is a wild, wild era.
Yeah, you, because I've been checking out your channel, you know, as you are starting back up, getting back into the swing of things of daily videos. Is that what you do, like daily of contemporary release books, right? Pretty much.
It used to be daily. I used to upload something new like every day except for Saturday. I got a very nice talking to by fellow comic creator out there, Sal, who's like, Joel, you're working way too hard for way too little gain here. You need to creatively refresh everything. In fact, it's part of a big reason why he also said, look, you got to start doing comic book podcasts again. You got to start knowing who the other people are out there. You used to know everyone, but then you got weird and reclusive. And I'm like, yeah, fair enough. So no, now it's every Wednesday, every Sunday, and every Friday now, plus the podcast I do with my other co-host, Matt, on a Fortress of Solitude fame, every Saturday for the Comic Multiverse. So no, I'm actually working less, but I'm doing more. And less uploads, but the uploads have gotten way longer now and way more in depth than they used to.
I get that. Yeah, I'm only doing maybe one video a week.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, if I could, I would. But again, I have created this monster. I've created this self-fulfilling machine that I now cannot stop.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is a veritable Dr. Frankenstein.
A little bit, I can't stop it. And of course, I've got a very nice new coat of paint on the channel there. Tenchi, who's a great artist out there, redid all my assets there. So I think the channel looks nicer than it ever has before
It looks very
since
nice.
I've been doing this. Thank you. So I'm very happy about that. And I know I'm reaching new people now because I'm getting new insulting comments from strangers instead of just my regulars. I'm like, hey, that was an insulting comment from someone I've never seen before. The algorithm works. I'm meeting new people.
That's how, yeah, I was just gonna say, that's how you know it's working. I just uploaded a video of me doing a Joker impression for one of my videos. I got a comment from an account I've never seen that said, wow, that was a pretty good impression, until I saw you had nail polish on. I'm like,
oh, Jesus.
What?
Yeah, because, a man who looks like a clown, the Joker. Yeah, a guy who in Batman Beyond had black nail polish, actually, because, that's definitely not a Joker thing.
Yeah, if I got the back tattoo of a dragon he has in the Frank Miller universe, then that would have been okay.
I'm not very funny, you see.
The greatest thing about that, by the way, is the fact that Ben Affleck in real life has a pretty realistic, pretty similar looking back tattoo.
Oh my God. You see, man, see, I thought we were going to get along. Now I know we're going to get along because we both are very invested in
Affleck.
Yes, that we're both invested in Affleck's shitty midlife crisis back tattoo. Okay, I'm in the right place.
I tell that to anybody. Whenever Ben Affleck comes up, I tell people about that back tat. I just did it last week.
It's the tattoo, and it's that great, I think TMZ footage of him spilling all his Dunkin' Donuts as he tries to get it back. Oh no, my Dunkin'! Oh no, because we've all been there. The tattoo is ridiculous. The spilled Dunkin', oh man, relatable. Been there,
absolutely. Oh man. When I went and got my back tattoo, I dropped all my donuts.
Ooh, that's the tattoo you need to get of Affleck dunking all of his donuts. That needs to be the back tattoo. That'll explain it.
Yeah. Well, you see, actually, about 10 years ago, Ben Affleck had a back tattoo.
I don't know if you or your fan base out there are a big fan of the Yakuza series of video games, but there's a moment... Okay, because there's a moment in every one of those games out there, for those who don't know, where you have a big boss fight on top of a tall building, and all the guys rip their shirts off to reveal their awesome contrasting tattoos. That would be my moment where, Kiryu's got a cool dragon, I've got Ben Affleck with Dunkin' Donuts on my back.
Someone needs to mod that game to only everybody has the dragon back tattoo that Ben Affleck does.
Oh God, yes. Please get on that, everyone.
Oh man. I'm so glad someone else knows about the Ben Affleck tattoo. Because for a long time, we're really getting into this. For a long time, I was like, was it for a movie? Did I just see that once?
Right, but no, he just did it. And the reason he did it, too, it's I was really depressed after the DC universe fell apart and after I didn't get to direct my Batman movie. And it was when I wasn't dating my wife anymore, but before I started dating J-Lo again. Before I started dating J-Lo again. So I just thought, I needed a phoenix. It's symbolic. I'm the phoenix. I rose from the ashes of being a rich, famous guy to being another type of rich, famous guy.
And then everybody clapped. Everybody in the tattoo parlor clapped.
God, could you imagine? Hey, I'm sure he got a famous artist to do it, too. If you are that famous artist, please stand up and tell us about that situation.
In another 5 to 10 years, that's going to be an autobiography, a memoir that releases.
Right, because some of these big artists out in LA, they have to sign what is it?
NDA.
Yeah, they gotta sign NDAs on this, and also I've even heard some weirder situations like Post Malone's shitty face tattoos and everything. He owns exclusive copyrights to those. You can't actually
Mike Tyson
those.
does that too.
Yeah, right.
At least it works on Mike Tyson. He's the only man in modern history that has made a face tattoo work.
Yeah, and also, I'm not going to make fun of his face tramp stamp because he's Mike friggin' Tyson, and even at his old age, he will blow up my face, so I'm not going to do that to him.
I will correct you here, Joel. He is Mike Tyson.
Ah, yes, of course. Yes. Again, the only man with a lisp who is still the baddest man on the planet, and I will not make fun of him for that. Good on you, sir. I'll make fun of you for those RFK commercials you did for the Super Bowl, but not that.
I'll make fun of him. You heard it here first, Mike. I know you watch.
Yeah, right. Yeah, big fan. Come
and find me, Mikey.
Big fan.
Are you familiar with still? One more tangent. Are you familiar with the story of him trying to fight a gorilla in a zoo?
I believe so, yes, that he wanted to do. Was it like a pay-per-view thing that fell through?
I don't think it was even that. I'm pretty sure, based on what I can recollect, he and his buddies and like girlfriend or whoever, they got like a private after-hours tour of a zoo somewhere in the States.
You do.
Yeah, as you do, pay to get in there. And seemingly, they walked around the zoo, had a great time, probably were drinking, and they get to the gorilla exhibit, and he just stops and goes, I want to fight that gorilla.
Now, that's funny, because, like, Mike, I have always seen to be an animal lover. He loves his pigeons. He cares for pigeons and everything. So the fact that he'd want to hurt an animal, I find very surprising. He has a tiger, as we know from the documentary, The Hangover.
I feel like what it was is like they got, like the employee of the zoo or whoever was given like a guided tour, and he's just listing off gorilla facts about how strong they are, and Mike Tyson's like, I can beat him. Let's see.
Not stronger than me.
Yeah, exactly. And so he's like trying to bribe this. In my head, I picture it's like a 23-year-old zoo attendant or something.
Of course,
trying to bribe him to fight this gorilla.
and you can't tell him no, because once he sets his mind to something, you can't tell him no.
Yeah, they're probably there for about an hour. The gorilla's watching him, be like, "What's going on up there?" He keeps looking at me.
True story. I went to the Toronto Zoo a couple summers ago, and they had a big orangutan exhibit there because I guess they had like just had orangutan kids or everything. And literally the day after I left, the big male orangutan did actually escape from his enclosure.
You missed it. Oh, you could have been there. You could have been the guy that fought that orangutan.
I think about that all the time. And this was a scary orangutan. Like, you watch Planet of the Apes and everything, you're like, man, these things are so cool.
They read books.
Yeah. Then you stand next to one and it's like, holy shit, this thing is a freaking monster. This thing could slap my head off if it wanted. And it was in a bad mood that day. No. It was all irritated. And then it like ran up into the rafters because they have like a whole rafter system for it to crawl around it. That's how it escaped. And again, and because the entire zoo was orangutan themed that month, because it's like, oh, there's new orangutan babies and everything. I could only imagine you came in the next day, you see him crawling around. It's like, man, they really went all out for this, man. You can just see this orangutan everywhere. God, this is the best zoo ever.
He probably thought, he was like, damn, this is great out here. I should have done this sooner. Look at all the stuff they have built around me. They worship me.
Yeah. Oh, they're wildly intelligent. There's a zoo.
They're always the ones that escape.
There's a zoo in the UK where they like give the orangutans cups of tea and everything, and the orangutan was dunking its food like you would dunk a biscuit, and the zookeepers are like, we didn't teach it to do that. It learned that from watching us. Oh my god, what else is it learning?
I saw one where it's these people are doing like another private tour of a zoo or something, and this orangutan runs up and it's like pointing at this guy's like windbreaker.
Yes.
And so the guy takes it off, and then the orangutan just perfectly puts it on its shoulders, and it's like, hey, check me out.
Planet of the Apes, it's happening, man. Or that chimp in the zoo that only steals the blue Gatorade. It has a preference. It knows the good one.
That's what that was.
It drinks the electrolytes and it gets strong, for the brain.
That's how they're evolving via Gatorade.
Via Gatorade, that's how it's gonna happen.
Well, the weird little chemical in the new Planet of the Apes movie does kind of look like a green Gatorade. Doesn't it?
See, we're on the same wavelength. That's how they get strong and smart, by drinking the Gatorade.
Yeah, this episode isn't about ruining Daredevil's life. This is now Marvel Apes.
Which, hey, in its own way.
How do we ruin Marvel Apes Daredevil's life?
Yeah, right.
Peel all of his bananas before he gets them.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Okay.
So, as you can tell by the title of the video, Joel and I have each come up with multiple ideas on how to ruin Daredevil, a.k.a. Matt Murdock's life.
Yes.
I don't know how you went into this, but I kind of went into it thinking like, I don't know, like I've been hired by Kingpin. That's why I wore my Kingpin on vacation shirt.
Oh, nice. Classic.
And, I know that Matt Murdock is Daredevil as well, so I can use that. My stuff I realized only after looking at it, very heavily Matt Murdock based, not as much of his superhero alter ego. How did you get to your positions?
Well, I tried to do a little of both, and honestly, you know, this is kind of a tougher thought exercise than you might think, because at this point, it's kind of a tradition / badge of honor for every new Daredevil writer who comes on. Hey, how can I ruin this guy's life for a couple of years? How can I absolutely drag this guy through hell? Of course, Stephanie Phillips is going to be the new Daredevil writer. That book comes out
Daredevil Ruiner.
Yeah, the new Daredevil Ruiner. It's not a writing position; it's a ruining position. It's a ruining position. In fact, I think her run starts in like 2 or 3 weeks. Actually, to coincide with the show.
The weird thing is that, you know, Marvel building, they have like, you know, the Spider-Man office, the X-Men office all upstairs. For some reason, the Daredevil one's down in the sub-basement.
I wonder why. We call that the 8th layer of hell. But yeah, it's a hard thought exercise, because it's like, what can you do to this man that you haven't already done to him?
That's true.
In the past, I mean, he's had his identity outed. He's had his friends killed, his lovers killed. He cut his own eyes out at the end of that Chip Zdarsky run. Then died, got resurrected, got haunted by actual demons embodying the 7 deadly sins who possessed his friends. So, like, literally every bad thing you can think to do to him, it's almost been done. You got to get really creative, actually, to try and think of a way to fuck with him.
I am so excited to hear yours, because I think, as we've kind of established a little bit earlier, you are very well aware of more contemporary comics. I am not.
I haven't missed a Daredevil run since Mark Waid. I've read every single one since.
I have not. I read.
It's fun.
I read the fucking what was it? It was Hell's City or something. Devil's Reign. Is that what it was?
Yes, that was the big Chip Zdarsky event that span out of his run.
Yeah. I read, that was the last Daredevil thing I read, and that was like the first modern Daredevil thing I read.
It's a good-ass one to read, honestly. That was probably one of the better events Marvel had put out that year, and definitely like one of the better Daredevil events, because up until that point, there had only really been Shadowland, which is widely regarded as one of the worst, where it's like, I guess this is why they never tried to do another Daredevil event, because the first time we did it, it sucked so hard.
Now, I was not a fan of Devil's Reign. No.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
My main Daredevil interest lies almost entirely on the Ann Nocenti run and the Mark Waid run. Brian Michael Bendis and then to Mark Waid.
All excellent runs.
I don't like Frank Miller's run. There, I said it.
That's, you know what? That's okay. Frank Miller, you know, he's a divisive writer. I think, you know, you got to give him his flowers for what he did. And also for kind of kicking off what I think we can agree is one of the greatest successions of writer-artist from a character from Miller onward to even right now with Stephanie Phillips, where it's like, no, they've kind of all been great. Like, yeah, you can say that you liked ones better than even that Solid in a mid-run, which ended up being kind of short and a lot of people gave him a lot of shit for. And yes, it was a little protracted. I quite enjoyed it. I thought his 7 Deadly Sins possession stuff was really solid. Yeah, it got kind of weird after, like almost he was surprised that he was on the book for so long, where it's like, I had one big pitch. I don't know what I'm going to do next.
They keep bringing me back.
He wears the black art. Man, Solid Namid is such an interesting fellow, because literally his entire like last couple of years of writing is, hey, Solid, how would you like to follow up a landmark run that people think is the best? Hey, you're going to be writing Miss Marvel after G. Willow Wilson. You're going to be writing Miles Morales after Bendis. You're going to be writing Daredevil after Chip Zdarsky. And the bravery of that man to be like, yep, cool, this is what I do. Because in a way, when you're already following up one of what people consider to be one of the best runs ever, there's almost like no fear in that, where it's like, yeah, it's like people are always going to say it's going to be a little disappointed, but then people will come back in years and they'll reevaluate what I did, etc., etc.
Or he's a masochist. Maybe he's like, yeah, give me the scraps after something good.
Yeah, give me the hate, give me the pain.
Yeah.
He's like, look, hey, I wrote the best Black Bolt story of like the last 20 years.
Sure, it also is the only Black Bolt story of the past 20 years, but
seriously, that Black Bolt in prison story is so good.
I wouldn't know. I haven't read it.
It's tight. He teams up with Absorbing Man and everything. It's great. Yeah, they got to bust out of space prison. I'm a sucker for a good prison story. I'm very excited for that Batgirl in prison book starting soon.
Oh, I didn't even know. I've kind of fallen off. I didn't even know about that. I didn't know.
Yep,
I didn't even know space even had prisons.
Oh, they got everything. The prison industrial complex extends beyond the stars, unfortunately. But all right, let's ruin Daredevil's life, because I get the feeling you and I could tangent forever.
Oh, I get the feeling. So I have, I think, 5 in total. Yeah. So I got 5 ones. Varying severities.
Right.
And then how many did you say you had? You had 3 suggestions.
Right? Well, I wrote a couple more since
okay.
last night. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again,
okay.
Some of these are A material, and some of these are like, wouldn't that be funny?
Would you like to go first, since you're my honored guest?
Okay, thank you. Okay, so this one here, I almost feel bad for writing this one down, because it's very mean, but also very likely going to happen soon, because Marvel and comic books cannot help themselves to do this sort of thing. Elektra will need to be evil again. If you haven't been reading Daredevil as of recently, not only has Elektra been good for a long period of time, she became Daredevil, and she kept the costume. And even when Matt lost his memory there post-resurrection, and he was playing priest for a bit, she was still out there fighting crime, and she lived up to the Daredevil ideal.
Everybody loves that, yeah. Now, Joel, I am realizing a mistake I might have made.
Okay.
Did you write these in universe or from like an editorial perspective?
I wrote these in universe.
Okay,
is what I tried to do as a guy who knew continuity. But again, look, like you said, if you're behind, that's fine. That's why this is a group exercise. Yeah. I can help you work these pitches to fit these in continuity.
Because for a second, I got worried that you were like, all right, I'm going into the mind of like a Daredevil ruiner, as we've established.
Right.
What would I do as a story? And I'm like, oh no, that's not what I did. So, yeah, that would mess him up, because they were like a couple.
They were married.
Oh, yeah, well, the ultimate couple.
yeah, they got Chip Zdarsky married there as part of some prophecy to help them defeat the Hand. Then Matt died, lost his memory, and like Elektra felt bad about reminding him, because it's like, oh, you actually got given a second chance. Maybe by God. It was left a little open-ended as to what resurrected Matt the last time. And she's like, I kind of feel bad for getting you back into this, because you seem actually happy. You adopted a bunch of orphans and you became a priest and everything. Oh, that last All in a Minute one was
the Fat Boys? Was it the Fat Boys, Joel?
No, it wasn't them. I know. But yeah, I would have Elektra go evil again and have her drop the costume. That's what I would do. And it would suck, because it's like, oh, not only am I hurting Matt, but I'm hurting Elektra. And it's also like, really, that feels like such a weak pull, but comics always do, where it's like, oh, you made the woman evil, really? You
made her kill her.
Right, and in Daredevil's life, he usually has both. They either are dead, crazy, or trying to kill him, or sometimes all three.
Yeah, I'd imagine it would be some sort of probably brainwashing, I'd imagine. Which they've done, I'm sure, countless times to poor Elektra.
Oh boy, have they. My idea is where it's like, okay, well, she can't just go evil. I would have her go evil and then maybe restart the Snake Root clan, which is a spin-off of the Hand, where actually her ex-boyfriend, a guy named Takagi used to run it.
Oh
I think he's been dead for a long time, but these ninjas come back all the friggin' time. So that would be the thing. She's like, I don't love you anymore, Matt Murdock. I'm moving back in with my old band and my ex. To which I'm like, well, now I'm just writing Spider-Man. Now I'm just doing this, what Spider-Man would do. Only because it's Daredevil, it would actually be good and be in purpose of something. Also, there's been Elektra clones. That's how you get out of it. We say it's her old clone who's back again.
The Jackal?
But yeah, that's the Jackal. Oh, she had an even dumber clone. It was a Hand clone, which her name was Elektra. It was Elektra, but backwards. It was really stupid.
At least it's not like the Star Wars thing where it's like Elektra, but with another E.
Yeah, right.
Like
or the Kingdom Hearts thing where we just put an X in there.
Just the idea. So Matt Murdock, he goes through all this, he dies, he comes back. He works himself back up. He's like, oh, this city needs a hero again, maybe. Especially now that Elektra is backing down. And he he looks on Instagram and he sees her post of her posing with her ex-boyfriend in their snake gang hideout.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't know if you've seen Takagi's costume. Takagi's costume is awful. It is purple and green. He's got big, stupid hand things. He is one of the worst designed characters ever, so that would really piss Matt off. And if she was evil too, she'd have to get rid of her admittedly really awesome Daredevil costume and go back to the old classic one.
Or something even worse, something even more overtly sexual.
Yeah, right. I mean, I guess if they ever get Elodie Young back for the TV show, maybe that's when they would do it, because they're addicted to synergy comics, even when it makes no sense, even when Elektra has been in a great place the last couple years, actually.
Well, we can't have that.
No. How do we hurt Matt? We hurt Matt by hurting this other woman in his life. That's what we do.
Yeah, so we convince... This is like... There are probably countless rom-coms that are pretty much this exact premise.
Oh, 100%. I was thinking, too, about other Elektra exes we could come back to try and screw with Matt. Do you remember Max Stewart? He was her love interest in, like, one of the first Elektra solo series she ever had.
Sounds familiar, but I can't picture.
He's a boxer, too. Not unlike what Matt would be. He's a boxer, too, but he's really dumb. He's just a big old himbo. No thoughts in his head, just big, handsome, and big punches. Man.
I think he might be a better choice.
Right, because I'm like, look, maybe we could do it without having her go evil, because, like, her and Matt, they're on again, they're off again. They have this whole, like, oh, we're always meant to be together, but we're never meant to be. It's all very tragic, and of course, Matt has no problem dating other people, so, hey, why not just bring Max Stewart back? I think he's alive. I don't think they killed him.
Sure. Yeah, that is the ultimate way to really... especially ruin his relationship, is to bring back the dumb jockey ex that, she's like, she's only into him for, like, his body or whatever. Really, drive the point home to Matt.
And the fact that he's a boxer, too, would really mess with Matt, where it's like, oh, my dad was a boxer, huh?
Then we could start fixing his fights, too, to make him be the champ.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely a thing. Yeah, you work one of those guys in there, like the Rose or the Fixer or somebody. Yeah, there's places you could go with that. But yeah, I would ruin Matt's life by ruining Elektra's life. And I know that's lame, and it's such a tropey comic thing to do. We'll hurt the man by hurting the woman in his life. But they do it with Matt all the time. So, I mean, it's unfortunately thematic for him.
Yeah. All right. I started off pretty subdued, I will say.
Okay.
Again, like I said, I was going in thinking, like, I know Matt Murdock's Daredevil, so I'm going to go after him when he's Matt Murdock. So, I am planning to subscribe him to a bunch of weird mailing lists.
Interesting.
Specifically, the Satanic Temple mailing lists. Both of them. Because there's, like, the kind of the atheist weird one, and then there's, like, the we believe the devil one.
Yes. I watched that whole documentary on the Satanic Temple, and like how one of their big problems is that they have a lot of different factions out there who they used to all believe the same thing. Now they all believe radically different things.
Yeah, I think it's like the Satanic Temple and then the Satanic Church, or just what. I'm going to just subscribe him to literally anything that has the word Satan in it. Maybe one that says Santa too, just to throw him off.
Again, if you read that Solid in a mid-run the last time, they did something not quite like that, but almost in the same vein, where Ben Urich got possessed by, I forget what 7 deadly sin he got possessed by, and his idea was to basically lead a Twitter smear campaign against Father Matt and the church he was part of. They never used the word Satanist, but the hashtag was reveal all devils, and it's what's this Father Murdock guy doing in this orphanage with all these children? Something probably.
Oh my God.
And, like, the cops kept showing up to the orphanage because, like, hey, we've been reading all these things on the internet.
Yeah, you got a basement down there where you're making pizza?
Literally, that was the implication. They never came out and said it, but it was Phil Urich, under possession, tried to destroy Father Murdock's life with just, endless internet rumor mongering. So there is a basis for what you're saying, actually.
It's a very old school way to really, it's not even ruining his life. It is just making his life worse. Because
he got doxxed. The internet doxxed him.
Because, at least established in the Innocenti run, he's reading pieces of paper and he's like running his fingers over each ink letter and is able to decipher it. So I just like the picture of him like, oh, he gets home after a long day at the law office. He gets ready to go out and be Daredevil. Oh, I got a bunch of mail. What is this?
Right.
Satanic Temple, Satanic Church, Satanic Association. Just over and over again.
Hey now.
Alternatively, or also, I guess, in addition, some sort of like, maybe one of those subscriptions where you can send animal feces.
Oh, yeah, you can do that. Or
a glitter
my personal
bomb.
That's a good one. My personal favorite is the box of dicks, which you send them a bunch of, instead of gummy bears, it's a box of gummy dicks.
It's like, I'm getting something very sweet. What is this?
Oh, they're dicks. Oh, but they're tasty treats. So, you know, I'm mad, but I'm not that mad.
And then you keep him subscribed to him, and then you get him addicted to those tasty treats, so he starts, like, you know, putting on a couple extra pounds or something.
I mean, it's not the worst thing Matt has been addicted to. He's clearly a sexaholic, and he had a painkiller problem there for a little bit.
It's like the David Duchovny of the Marvel Universe.
Yeah, he really is. Like, he is like Shame. He is totally like that show Shame.
But then I was thinking, in regard to the glitter bomb, because I just like that idea of a... Very messed up. I like the idea of a blind man getting hit in the face with glitter.
And he can't tell.
Yeah, but like, maybe he would hear the mechanism inside with his super senses.
Right.
So, alternatively, he sets it aside, and then it sits there for a couple weeks, and then, like, Foggy comes by or something.
Right.
And he opens it up, and then he's not gonna be able to clean it up, but Matt's blind. No. So he'll have glitter all over the place. I started from a very trickstery
I appreciate
outlook.
And you just know, like, he'd be teaming up with Spider-Man and the Punisher, and they'd be like, dude, are you covered in glitter?
Still has glitter.
What do you mean? Oh, I thought I got it all. Well, that's the problem with glitter. You'll never get it all. Is this like a new thing you're doing, Daredevil? Kind of like shiny? I don't get it.
Yeah, I think Spider-Man would like it.
Probably. The Punisher, not so much. No. I'm shocked that our first port of call, and I was really afraid we were going to do this, where it's like, what if we made him deaf, too?
I thought you were going to say that.
Yeah, what if we just messed with his ears? Then he was blind and deaf, which means you have a Daredevil who can only get around via touch, taste, and smell, which means he has to further really try and strengthen those abilities. So he's like crawling around, touching stuff and smelling
salt blocks all day in the gym.
Right? Because, like, he is a hero, and, like, it wouldn't stop him, but he would have to completely redo how he does everything. Maybe he'd be hanging out with Hawkeye, because he's deaf, too. When the writers remember he's supposed to be deaf, too. And then they just, like, work together.
Yeah, I was like, that was where I thought you were going before you said the Electro thing. I was like, oh no, he's gonna take away his ears.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was the first thing I wrote down, but then I'm like, nah, Joel, you can do better than that, come on.
It is the obvious choice, to make him blind and deaf.
Just make him deaf, too. But again, it's like, I don't think it would stop him, is the thing. I don't think that would ruin his life. It would be an adjustment, but, you know.
It would incite him more, if anything.
Now I'm madder and angrier and gonna punch Kingpin even harder.
I'm surprised that there hasn't been at least one issue where, like, they do a silent comic, and it's... He goes deaf for the whole... Like, he's in an explosion or something. And, like, he gets tinnitus or whatever. You could, like, if you have a good artist, you could really go all out on how the fuck he would deal with that.
Right. I mean, I actually want to say, didn't Wade do something similar? Because I know Wade did 2 arcs.
I'm picturing it. Yeah, like, I can see, like, the squiggle lines everywhere.
Yeah, because he fought Ulysses S. Claw, like, really early on. And Claw, of course, is like, well, you have super hearing, and I'm a sound-based villain, so I'm just going to make you deaf for a little bit. I want to say Wade did that, like, in, like, his first arc of his first run. This is also a problem with coming up with new comic ideas. Everything has been done.
So was that your second one, is to make him deaf?
Sure, let's say that was my second one. Let's just make him deaf.
Well, that leads perfectly into what my second one was, which is it also to do with his super hearing.
Of course.
I was thinking some kind of, like, you set up in, like, a nearby apartment, like, across the street, or maybe next door if you can. You get some, maybe you go to Ulysses Claw, get some sonic equipment from him, but nothing ridiculous, nothing that can legally get you in trouble.
Yes, of course.
Instead, I was thinking like you get some like Bluetooth speakers or just any kind of speaker system, and you set them up like on the balcony next door, or just directly facing him. If you're next door, you can put him in the air vent so it sneaks through to his room, to his apartment, and you put it at like a kilohertz frequency that only he can hear.
Oh, I like that. Very, very Superman. Only dogs and Daredevil can hear this.
Yeah. Suddenly, Daredevil's missing, and all the dogs are really upset.
Oh, that's actually really clever. Yeah, how has no one done anything with that? That's actually really good, because you can be like, oh, we were just trying to put him off his game. We were sending, like very subtle subliminal messages to him, or even just to annoy him so he can't sleep, so he's off his game.
That's what I was thinking. Like psychologically, you start kind of quiet, and then every couple days you shift it just a bit louder, but like not to the point where other people are going to be hearing it and bringing it up. So then you also kind of gaslight Matt Murdock at the same time. Because who's he gonna go to deal with it?
Exactly. That would be a great one for like Mr. Fear, who was Daredevil's like really lame scarecrow knockoff villain who actually has a cool costume. He kind of looks like Sandman with the gas mask and everything. That would be a great pitch for him, actually. Yeah, I subtly fucked with you for like months at a time, and I put like subliminal blocks in you where if I like say keywords, it'll cause you to like lock up or something.
That would be a great like mid to late run reveal. Like you started off and it's like, oh, he's down in the dumps and he's been sleeping like crap and he's just feeling sluggish, and you're like, oh, I guess he's just going through something, and then like 12, 13 issues later, you're like, it was me! Mr. Fear, remember? No, really, Mr. Fear, no, remember? No, I'm a Daredevil villain too. I've been here! I was right next door in the apartment.
I swear he has other villains who aren't just Bullseye and Kingpin and the Hand. He has other villains. The funniest thing, does Mr. Fear wear a mask? Because I can't. Yes, he does.
You could be like, Matt Murdock has a new neighbor.
yeah, because no one knows what Mr. Fear looks like. And there's been like 7 different Mr. Fears, so that's actually perfect. You could create a new Mr. Fear and go
Mr. Fears, they all move in together.
Oh my god. Look, Steffi Phillips, if you're listening, that one's free.
And I thought of one more to do with like the speaker frequency thing. This is more so just to really upset him. So I'll put this on in the background. This will be like a side thing. It's just a speaker that's like connected somehow to his apartment, low frequency, only he can hear, and 24/7 hour loop of weird like ASMR mouth sounds and tapping and like
That's good.
Just that constantly. Whenever he gets home, he can hear it walking up the stairs or something, and it gets louder and louder. He just has to deal with that constantly.
That's solid. And then at the end of like a 6-issue arc, you have Matt be like, you know what? I started to hate it. Now I can't sleep without it. Now I'm super into it, actually. Bet you didn't see that coming, did you?
Yes, take that, you 7 Mr. Fears that live around me.
I've embraced it now.
I've known the whole time. You think I don't remember your heartbeats?
Right. I love that when Matt does that. I love when Matt does that. Yeah, I recognize the sound of your heartbeat or the specific way you walk. I have it memorized.
You should have put a rock in your shoe to throw me off.
And they do dumb shit like that all the time to throw him off. This is why Daredevil's the best, because you throw that stuff out. It's like, well, yeah, obviously. Duh.
All right, let's hear your next one.
Okay, so here is another mean one, and this is also, unfortunately, similarly in the very tropey vein of how do we hurt Matt? We hurt the women around him. So Matt's mom is a nun, right? She is alive. She abandoned him, and they never quite explain the story why for years, till again, eventually Mark Waid said, no, she didn't abandon the kid because she was a bad mother and ran off to become a nun because, you know, she couldn't live with Matt's father. No, she did it because she had postpartum depression in an era when nobody ever talked about that.
Smoke a cigarette.
And like, smoke a cigarette. Yeah, we'll take you to the lobotomist, you know, and then you won't complain no more.
If it's good enough for the Kennedys, it's good enough for you.
Right, and Wade actually told like a really good story about it, and his nun mom was like one of those nuns for peace who was like, protesting the Vietnam War and everything, and they like actually did some really cool shit with her. So she's still out there, and the books occasionally remember she's alive, Now, I'm not going to be mean and be like, oh, they should kill his mom and then he'll be sad. No, she'd be getting up there in years now, right? She would be older. And my thing is like, okay, well, maybe she's sick. And she's like, look, Matt, you know, I don't have much time left. And, you know, the nuns aren't just going to care for me, even though I think they're even though I literally think there are that's their whole thing. I think there are like old nuns homes where they take care of them. And it's like, look, Matt, you know, I need you to like be my caretaker now for these last couple years. And it would force Matt to deal with this issue where it's like, yeah, I never really knew my mom and I kind of compartmentalized it because you were a nun. I never really got a chance to know you. And now, you know, as you're dying, I have to, you know, take care of you whilst also being Daredevil. I'm like, yeah, that would be sad. That'd be really depressing. That would be a sad story if they told that. It would also
really mess up his life because, like, you know, it's pretty much teenage Peter Parker, but he's a grown-ass man with other responsibilities.
Yes, the only difference is unlike Spider-Man, where they keep, you know, moving heaven and earth to keep Aunt May alive no matter what. With Daredevil, and this has always been the greatest thing about Daredevil, they're not precious with him. Basically, you do with Daredevil all the things you could never do with any other Marvel. So you could have his mom get sick and like actually die and have it actually really mess him up. And like he's not gonna go to Doctor Strange or like the Presence or like Black Panther and be like, oh, please help save my mom, because he wouldn't do that, because again, he's, you know, like a self-flagellating Catholic, and so he'd have like a real dark night of the soul to be like, you know, is this in your plan, God? Is this, you know, for me
exactly
to suffer? And then to maybe have that shake his faith, and maybe have that be, it's like, look, my mom dedicated her life to you. She was married to you, basically, and you continue to fuck me over, oh Lord. I am Daredevil the atheist now.
Oh my God. Yeah, here's another thing. When he's praying over his bed, because I imagine that, like, you could even, like, you could send someone to go and do it, like, go to the church where she works, like, hit her a little hard down the stairs or something.
Right.
Really bring this about. And,
I mean, but Bullseye would do that for free. Yeah, I'm on it. I love pushing old ladies.
Yeah, then like forge a letter from the church and be like, dearest Matthew Murdock, your mother is in dire need. We need you to move in with her, or have her move in with you. Then, when he's praying at his bedside, like I imagine he does every night,
of course,
you get one of the Mr. Fear speakers that's hidden in his room.
Yes,
and it's like, is this your punishment to be God? And you go, yes.
Yes, you were a bad boy, Matt. Yes.
There's a Simpsons episode where Homer does that to Ned Flanders.
No, you won't. See, this is what we do. We got to fuse all these ideas together, and then Yes, and then this becomes the 45-issue run that we have that will be collected in an omnibus one day.
Oh, man, the ultimate, the ruination of the devil.
Right, because it's got to be a death by a million cuts. It just can't be one bad thing. It's got to be a death by a million cuts.
Yeah, so now he's getting satanic letters in the mail. Elektra's dating an idiot.
Yep, she's evil again.
Yeah, and she's also, running an evil gang.
Of course.
He's constantly hearing lip smacking sounds.
All the Mr. Fears have moved into his building.
Yeah, all the Mr. Fears are there. His mom is also there, so he also can't bring women back to the apartment. Which
is going to be really bad for him, because he is a sexaholic,
that's going to upset him a lot.
Right? So he's really going to be mad about that.
Now, I rearranged my list because I feel like this might bring it down a little bit.
Oh, please.
So I was like, let's get this over with. Connect him to Epstein.
Oh, yeah. I mean, as we have seen from the files, Epstein is connected to everyone in ways you could possibly imagine.
You might not even need to forge anything for this topic.
No, and I mean, he was a New York financier, so you literally have Matt and Foggy be like, hey, remember that financier guy we defended, like, way back when we first opened the thing? Yeah, I kind of remember that. No, that's not the same. That's the same guy.
Foggy, we did that for free. Do you know how that's gonna look?
Fuck! But that's the upside thing, because he's Daredevil. He's like, okay, I'm putting on the costume now. Hand me my billy clubs. I'll go kill him myself. Seriously, Benjamin Percy is writing the new Punisher run, and I don't know what he had planned, but honestly, in a world where there is literally a list of all the names of people...
I know, right? It's perfect. It's perfect fodder for a story.
Right, how does Frank just go, okay, put the coffee on, everyone, it's gonna be a long night.
It's essentially that Punisher Max story of...
Right.
Like the Eastern European traffickers. And
the slaver Arsark,
And when he finds the woman who's like a CEO of some like totally different company, and he's just bashing her skull against 6-inch thick glass.
In a series that is filled with gross, hardcore shit, I remember reading that for the first time, my mouth agape, where I'm like, I think Garth Ennis is fucked in the head a little bit. How do you even come up with that? Yeah, if I just throw a human being at bulletproof glass over and over again.
Eventually, until they're wet
chunks. Yeah, until they're wet chunks. You know how Looney Tunes, how they slam into walls all the time and everything is fine? What if we do the opposite of that?
Well, that's Frank's a scientist. He asks these questions, what'll happen, and he tests his theories.
In that same arc, he also ties a man's intestines to several trees so birds will eat him, and that's still not as messed up as the glass thing.
But yeah, so I'm thinking to connect him to Epstein, we might not have to fake anything, but if we do,
probably not.
Anonymous packages just constantly sent to Nelson and Murdock's offices, so Karen sees them, Foggy will see them, whoever else they hang out with.
I was gonna say Karen is still alive in your continuity.
Yeah, I'm kind of basing this off of an MCU idea of Karen still around.
That's fine.
Yeah, I don't like I said earlier, I don't like Frank Miller's take on Karen, or I don't like Frank Miller's Daredevil or his take on Karen.
I was gonna say nowadays it would be Cole North. Cole North works at the office.
I'm vaguely familiar, but yeah, whoever his trusted receptionist is, someone who will be really, specifically, going back to what we discussed earlier, ruining the women in his life.
Right.
So she has to see it. It's like, address it to her.
Uncle Frank would be so happy about this. Oh, you went after the women in his life. Oh, I'm so proud of you guys. just how I would have written it.
Yeah, go through and get invites to networking events, all these parties that Epstein was at from the very specific 2000s, have Matt's name on the guests list with Wexner and Bill Gates and just all the other people. Just
Bobby Kotick. Yeah, but Bobby Kotick, the Activision Blizzard guy, he's there too.
Yeah. Emails, you can start forwarding emails just from fake some Epstein domain names.
Right.
You can reference all the favors that Matt is owed from all the work he did for Mr. Epstein.
Jesus, it wouldn't be hard. We joke about this too. I just remember Dan Slott is going to be writing a new Spider-Man run soon. And literally it's about Peter Parker in his early days going after the Kingpin's Black Book, which I'm like, oh, these are the Fisk files, aren't they? It's like, it's his Black Book of all the evil, dirty dealings and all the people. And I'm like, look, if Dan Slott can do it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, why Spider-Man of all people dealing with that?
Yeah, I just imagine Spider-Man reading the Black Book and be like, oh, this is so above my pay grade.
Good job, Spider-Man, you webbed up a pedophile. Now what happens?
Yeah. Thwip. I did good, right?
Joke's on you. I'm into this.
Exactly. Again, there are just some jobs that Punisher and Daredevil are just much more better focused to.
But here's the best part. So we implicate Matt in all of this stuff. Then we leak it to the Daily Bugle.
Oh, shit, where Phil Urich works, and who already tried to reveal all devils him once before.
Then, once that starts really kicking off, outside assistance is going to have to be brought in. So coming back into the more MCU idea of this all, work with the Fisk-funded, anti-vigilante some kind of anti-trafficking organization that Fisk is in charge of. And the mayor is leading the charge, everybody. We publicly demand that Nelson and Murdock close its doors until they address these allegations.
That's pretty dope and totally something Fisk would do.
Oh, absolutely.
And they'd be like, wait, but wasn't he your friend too? Didn't he sleep on your couch? Just shut up, Wesley.
Yeah, instead of Wexner, it's Wesley.
Yeah, then again, too, I almost imagine Fisk wouldn't like that guy because Fisk famously didn't like the Stromwind twins, who are these major gentrifying forces in Hell's Kitchen. I imagine Fisk would be like, no, I don't like him because I love Vanessa. I love my adult wife. Look, I'm fucked up and I'm evil, but I love women my own age. Come on. I'm not like that.
What do you mean this isn't your child's birthday party?
Yeah. Oh, I made a terrible mistake. Vanessa,
we need to go right now.
Yeah, oh my God. That's a flashback I want. With his wife, they're just married. Vanessa, we have to leave right now. I'm very uncomfortable here. That Fisk had the wherewithal to be like, nope, not taking any more invites from that guy. He's a weirdo.
Okay, Wesley, I need you to forward all of these emails to Matthew Murdock.
Trust me, in 10 years, it's gonna be hilarious. It's gonna be so fun. Because naturally, it would all be a Kingpin plot.
Yeah, it's always a Kingpin long con. He's the one who got all the Mr. Fears out of jail and put him up in the apartment.
Haha, I secretly own the lease on your apartment, Matt
he
Murdock.
bought out the building.
I can do that. That's a thing I can do.
I am the mayor, and I can do anything I want.
I wouldn't be any weirder than what Kingpin's going on now. Again, if you're not up to date, he also got possessed by one of those 7 deadly sins of greed. Matt got it out of him by doing an actual exorcism, a la the movie Exorcist. And at the end of it all, Kingpin's like, wow, I saw hell. I saw fucking everything. I have decided I am going to become a Christian now.
Oh my God, born again Kingpin.
He became born again, but then instantly got corrupted on. It's like, yes, I'm born. I am God's righteous sword, and he wants me to rule the underworld. I'm going to brainwash the Punisher to go kill my enemies for me. Because he's back, and then once the Punisher figured that out, the Punisher shot him. I think he might be dead now, Kingpin, or at least he's missing. I'm sure Stephanie Phillips will bring him back, because as always, it has to be Kingpin at some point.
It's all roads lead to Kingpin. He's the
Always
Snorlax of Daredevil's villains.
It literally is, you gotta get the flute and gotta get him to leave the route.
All right, so what's your next one?
So I'm getting really obscure with this one. We mentioned Charles Soule, which I get the feeling his run is going to be more prominent now than ever, because he was actually the one who put him back in the black suit, which obviously we're going to be getting for the new show and everything. In that run, Soule also gave him a sidekick, a young Asian kid by the name of Blind Spot. He was also a blind kid, but Daredevil taught him to fight and everything, and he was super cool. This was like in the era of the Champions, when they were really trying to like launch a bunch of new, young, ethnically diverse heroes. And then Marvel, as they often do, chicken out and get cold feet and back off on these ideas.
Of course.
And these characters are left in the wind. Blind Spot was one of these characters who kind of got left in the wind. By the end of that run, he hooks up with a group of, I shit you not, modern-day Templars called the Odis Draconum, which is the Order of the Dragon. And Matt's like, yeah, this seems cool. You should go hang out with these guys. They seem okay.
Oh no.
And that's how they write Blind Spot off. And I'm like, well, clearly those guys were meant to be villains, yes. Clearly this was supposed to be like an Azrael Batman situation where they're going to teach this kid to be like their righteous sword of vengeance and you're going to have to fight Daredevil. That technically didn't end up happening because Zdarsky brought him back for like one story where we find out Blind Spot is like guarding the gates to hell that Matt needs to go down to rescue
so
his
he died. So Matt Murdock got this boy killed.
Well, no, he was guarding the mortal world half of it. But I'm just like, well, obviously we need to bring the Orders Draconum back and be like, look, have we ever had that? Have we ever had Matt fight like a bunch of hardline Christian fundamentalists? And again, just steal Nightfall, just steal the Azrael stuff. Have Blind Spot show up. He's all roided up. Have him beat the shit out of Daredevil. Steal the costume. I'm Daredevil now.
Oh my God.
And the Ordis Draconum is going to take over New York City and turn it into like, a fascist state.
I can't.
And then have.
That sounds like, how does that not happen? Two things that came to mind. I made a face at the camera when you were looking down when you brought up Blind Spot, a character I've never heard of before this moment.
Yes.
That annoys me so much because, again, in the Ann Nocenti run, Daredevil befriends and kind of starts training and saves the life of a young blind boy named Tyrone Jones. Who
Interesting.
He's this little kid who's Matt's out fucking sulking by the river.
As he does.
He's thinking about his life, and then he's like, oh, I hear a young boy, and he walks over, and it's this little boy, he's like, has a little RC car by the river, and or a RC boat, and he sends it out for its maiden voyage. He just finished putting it together, and then it starts tipping over, so Tyrone swims out to the river to get it, and suddenly Daredevil hears glug, 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 and this chemical plant owned by the Kingpin starts leaking into the river, and the boy is blinded.
But of course.
And then later it shows like Daredevil's like visiting him in the hospital, and he's like trying to help him be, not like blind, pretty much. And like, how has no one ever done something with that character? Like, make him little Daredevil. Which then
is true.
Then reminded me of something I was going to say when you were talking about Daredevil doing an exorcism on the Kingpin.
Mm-hmm.
Did he learn about this when the Owl called him and said, I need a young Daredevil and an old Daredevil?
Here's the funny thing. That wasn't even the first exorcism he did, because when the Punisher got possessed by the Beast and started running the Hand for that 12-issue Aaron series, he tried to do an exorcism on him that failed. He was literally splashing Frank with holy water. The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you.
I think this is a secret way to ruin Daredevil's life.
I like it.
That, because you have to have like special training or whatever through the Catholic Church to do exorcisms, right? So
yeah.
So first of all, we call the Catholic Church, just ring them up, tell them there's somebody.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, Matt Murdock's out here performing exorcisms unlicensed,
illegally. Illegal exorcisms. Oh, and then he literally becomes an enemy of the church.
Oh my God! So he has them. He has the Catholic Church coming after him. He has this weird Christian cult.
Oh, this does write itself. I like a bunch of old sidekicks from the past who are mad at him. His mom is dying. Elektra is evil. Okay. I think
constantly.
Just ASMR. We got to fucking run here. I think we got to run here.
This is Matt Murdock losing his mind for 84 issues. That's right. We're going past the normal 12.
We got to run here. You know what? The funny thing too, because everything is done, we can't even have and then he has to fight the Avengers. Now Zdarsky did that actually already. He already fought the Avengers, so we can't even go to that well. That one's already been tapped.
That Templar thing, what were they called again? Was it
the Order of the Dragon, but it was all Latin, so like the Ordis Draconum.
Oh God, that just sounds like a white supremacist thing.
Does it? And like they looked evil too. They were modern day Templars. Deus Volting in like armor and everything. And like Matt's like, oh, these guys seem cool. They seem all right. I'm like, no, they seem really evil.
God. And how old is Blind Spot? How old is he supposed to be?
He's like in his 20s.
Okay, so it's not as bad if he sent off a child with these strange order of men.
No. I sent off a legal adult with these modern day Templars.
Yeah, but it's still pretty much being like, oh, he's more. No. Me and Blind Spot, we're like brothers. All right, now I did send him off to a cult.
I get this distinct feeling that was the point where Charles Soules was told, like, yeah, we're pulling back on these young heroes now. To where he's like, well, then why the fuck am I even trying at this point? Get him out of the book. The book was almost over at that point, too. That was, like, very near the end. That was, like, I think, like, the second to last or third last arc.
You know what would happen?
They just got rid of Blind Spot.
You know what would happen? After all this, Daredevil, like midway through this run that we've created of just nonstop chaos and
nightmares,
Daredevil's like, oh my God, I'm so fucking exhausted. It pretty much, this is Nightfall. This is like a long run Nightfall. It's just that first arc where all the villains are released. Yeah. Daredevil's like, oh my God, what is happening? He finishes defeating some fucking Paste Pot Pete or somebody. Then
Stiltman.
Yes, whoever. Then this crazy looking Templar guy shows up and starts kicking his ass, and Daredevil tries to fend himself off, but he just gets ruined. And then he's lying on the ground. He's like, oh my God. I wish Elektra was still with me.
Yeah, right. She would have helped.
And then
usually she does.
His phone's going off with like Instagram notifications from her account.
Oh no.
But then the giant Templar dude that's beat his ass, he's like, Daryl's like, oh, why? Who are you? Why'd you do this to me? And then he removes his mask and he's like, I guess that this was a real blind spot for
you. And Matt's like, wait, are people going to get that reference? I mean, I get that reference, but that feels belabored to anyone else who's not acutely aware of my history.
Pastebot Pete's like, thank you.
Well, am I supposed to know who you are? No, see, it would even be better if it was Tyrone, too, because, like, then we're going really far back.
If there's one thing, if I ever get the chance to write for Daredevil, even if it's, like, one story, fucking bring it back, Tyrone.
I'm glad we all have those where it's like, nah, this character needs to come back.
Because you could pretty much just do the Mr. Miracle thing with Shiloh Norman.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So these next two, they kind of fall into one another. For me. It's kind of like a part 1, part 2 situation.
I like.
These are my final 2 that I have. All right. So, we've established that his mother is around.
Yes.
So, my plan is to seduce and marry her.
Well, she is a nun, so that's gonna be hard. You're gonna have to.
It will, which is why I'll have to start early. I'm gonna have to like really get into this. I'm gonna have to be like a volunteer at her church. I'm gonna just just spending more and more time with a lonely older woman. Show her how much I care. Not let her realize that I'm the one who shoved her down those stairs.
Yes.
So, in this perfect world, I guess she's also kind of living with Daredevil or with Matt Murdock as she like recuperates or something.
Yeah.
But I steal her from the church, and eventually we fall in love. And it's it's kind of like when Doc Ock was with Aunt May.
Yeah, I was gonna say I see the vision, I see the template, and I like it.
And then the greatest thing is I become Matt Murdock's father-in-law.
Dun dun dun! You listen to me, young man.
Yeah, I just start calling him son all the time. Move into his apartment with her.
Amazing.
So now he has, if this is me in the Marvel universe, now he has a father-in-law who is like 15 years younger than him.
Amazing. You know what you do? You make it Purple Man. It's Purple Man in disguise who did it.
Oh, that would be really fun. Or it's another Mr. Fear.
Yeah, just another one.
She's spending more time around the apartment building. So
there's so many Mr. Fears.
She falls in love with a young, strapping Mr. Fear. I'm the newest Mr. Fear.
Or hey, can we work in Deathstalker? There's another really cool-looking Daredevil villain. He has an amazing costume, shitty powers and backstory, but he looks so fucking cool if you've ever seen Deathstalker.
I have a rule that I've set for myself, which is I only give myself one Google per episode for some reason. I don't know why I did it.
Google Deathstalker. He's a real old-timey Daredevil.
He has the giant trench coat and a shadowy...
He looks like Slender Man. He's basically Slender Man. I'm like, you mean to tell me in an era of horror writers writing superhero comics, no one thought to bring back Deathstalker for any meaningful way?
Ooh, there's like a hot woman version, too.
Yes, that was the second one. I don't think we ever learned her name.
Oh, this would be the perfect one. And then, like, I just love the idea that she falls in love with a young man who is younger than Matt Murdock, and he does have to call him dad.
Yeah, that would be great. That's how you ruin his life.
Yeah, he's just like, and, whoever it is, me, maybe. I'm not just into Matt Murdock's mom. And he's just super supportive of Matt in everything he's doing. Like, oh man, hey, he gets home after a long day
of lawyering at the lawyer factory.
Yeah. While he plants himself on the sofa, hears his mom in the bedroom. I walk up from the kitchen with a cup of juice or something. It's like, Matt, I know you're going through a rough time with that Epstein thing, but I'm here for you, son.
Thanks, not Dad.
No, that's not what I want you to call me.
Look, I'm just saying my real dad, Battling Jack Murdock, could kick your ass is all I'm saying.
Well, he's not around for your mom anymore now, is he?
No, he got shot because he refused to throw a fight. It was a whole thing.
I wouldn't have done that to your mother, son.
Oh, that would hurt so much more. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't let my pride take me away from my family.
Oh, man. And then, this leads into the part 2. Just something super dumb I came up with. So,
please.
We've established that his new father-in-law and mother are living in his apartment.
Yes.
whenever they have a big family dinner together, always going to be crunchy food or loud foods or very spicy foods.
The dastardly bastard.
And, you know, if it's me, I can't handle spicy food, Joel. I can barely handle, like, a basic spicy chicken sandwich from, like, a fast food place. So I'm gonna be sitting there eating the super spicy food because I know he's Daredevil and I gotta ruin his life. I'm just
naturally.
Like, just crying. So, tell me about work today, son. Just chugging milk. And then...
like 5-alarm curry.
Yeah. And just making him eat it, too. Like, I can't remember. What is his mom's name?
Oh, she has her nun name, which isn't her real name.
Yeah, it's like Mary or something, right?
I was going to say Sister Peg, but I'm like, wait, is that the nun from Orange is the New Black?
You're just like, did you see this? I worked all day making our son this food, and he's not eating it. Make him eat it. And she's like, Matt, come on, eat it.
Oh, okay, it's Margaret Grace is what it is.
Oh, Marge. Start calling her Marge.
Yeah, Sister Maggie, that's what it is.
That's what it was. I'm calling her Marge.
There you go. Marge.
But yeah, so then you get him used to these very obnoxious foods, these spicy foods, so that way when I drug him, his super senses won't notice.
He won't know. That's good.
Then I transport him to the ultimate goal, which is...
Dying to know.
It's not special. It's a sensory deprivation tank that I'm gonna lock him inside of.
Like from the Affleck movies.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna give him a phoenix tattoo on his back.
Bringing it all full circle.
Yeah, that's what... We get him drugged, and then give him the tattoo, then put him in the sensory deprivation tank. Because what's that gonna do to him? If he can't get out, like, that'll really...
Indeed.
That's the thing that I think will ruin him the most, is just being locked in like a tank with water.
I don't know what it says about me and my own messed up mind. I really thought you were going a wildly different direction when you said that you're going to have a new guy moving with Matt's mom. I really thought that where you were going with it was like, oh, and then he knocks her up, obviously, and Matt is going to have Matt is going to have a half sibling. But also, it's really scary because we know Sister Maggie has postpartum depression, has a history of it, and Matt has to live with that horror hanging over his head.
But the best way, especially if you get Purple Man in on things, you know, when Matt's gone, you invite the Purple Man over just as like for his hang sesh. You make him tell her to be fine with it. Like, I don't know, let's say she had him when she was young, so she's like 40s, 50s. She can still get pregnant. It's fine. It's a comic book.
It can happen.
So, we know that she's gonna be fine. But Matt will constantly be like, oh no, she's gonna kill herself.
Just to make sure the audience is okay, Purple Man, like, looks into the reader's eyes like, no, don't worry, it's fine. I used my purple powers. I'm not a monster. I have many purple children myself, which is canon, actually.
Yeah. Now, what would be a name for the child that between the hot young Mr. Fear or whoever and his mom? Would you
Sister Maggie.
Would you go Jack? Would you go Wilson?
Right, just a really messy... Yeah, right. Or would
Karen?
you go pure religious? Karen, yeah, you know, because obviously you have all the Bible names there, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
That's true.
So I guess it would be Mark Murdock.
Oh man, I can't wait for your young little brother to get here, Mark.
Which also, Matt technically has a brother that got created by Loki
it's like a
magic.
Clone or something. Yeah, a magic clone.
No, it's even dumber than that, because back in the day, Matt Murdock would pretend to not be blind, and he would have a whole alternate identity, which was just him, but he wasn't blind.
That's what most of the Innocenti run is.
And he's like, oh yeah, that's my brother. That's my brother who you never met. And then Loki magic made that guy real for a minute.
He's like a tulpa or something.
Yeah, magic made him real, and he had a great sub-arc in the Chip Zdarsky era run where he, like, befriended Wilson Fisk's bastard son, then sacrificed himself for a greater good, but, like, Loki put a little magic thing in his coffin, meaning he potentially could come back at some point, which, again, I feel is writers being like, look, I might not use this, but someone else might need to use this later.
Which is perfect, because then we gotta get in touch with Loki, which I'm sure Wilson Fisk can do.
Yeah.
Because he's funding all of this.
We run in the same circles.
Yeah, we get what was his name? The brother.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, what was his friggin' brother's?
I don't remember. It was something. I'm pretty sure it also started with an M.
Yeah, I think he had like a stupid nickname. Actually, is what it was.
Probably. But we get him back. He comes back. Then this now just turns into like a Full House sitcom because he has to start living in Matt's apartment now. All while he's dealing with
he has nowhere to go.
Yeah, he has nowhere to go. Matt can't just throw out his brother. It's not the Catholic thing to do, especially when he has the church breathing down his neck about the exorcism thing.
Michael was his name. Michael Murdock.
Hey, Mikey, I say to my son when he walks in. You're just in time for spicy family dinner.
Oh my God, that's kind of perfect. And hey, just to make it worse, we'll actually even dovetail this further with my last idea. So at the tail end of the Solid in a mid-run, Matt and Elektra weren't seeing each other at the moment, so he reignited his relationship with very, very old-timey Daredevil love interest, Nyla Skins, who hadn't been seen in forever. And they hung out, and they very clearly banged. And I'm like, would it be interesting if, Matt finds out like 6 months later, hey, you got a baby.
Oh my God.
You're a father now, too, on top of this. And then Purple Man and his mom's like, oh, we're all going to be parents at the same time. Our kids can play together. We'll raise them as brothers.
I always wanted to be a grandparent. Young Mr. Fears shouts.
Yeah, and this is just what breaks Matt. He's like, no, I can't handle all of this and being a father.
And he still has the frequencies playing constantly as the ASMR sounds.
Yeah, at that point, he just goes to the store for a pack of cigarettes and never comes back.
He also has the back tattoo now.
Yeah, I'm changing my name back to Jack Batlin. I'm Jack Batlin again.
Oh my God, now that would be where it leads to. He has he disassociates completely. That's what the
backup personality.
That's what the sensory deprivation tank does. It just breaks him.
Completely.
We did it. We
ruined him.
We ruined Matt. We didn't just make his life worse. We ruined him.
I really imagine Stephanie Phillips watching this before her new thing comes out. It's like, damn it, they stole half my ideas. I was going to do those things.
Crinkles up the paper, throws it away. Marvel, I'm going to have to ask for an extension.
We got to start over. These two nerds on the internet totally clocked what I was doing before I did it.
Yeah, I don't know how they got the 8 Mr. Fears thing, but they did.
I thought that was so clever. And every time we talked about they just add more fears. It was 7, then it was 8, now it's 10.
It's the whole building.
And the super and the maintenance guys, they're all Dr. Fears too.
God. You do the thing at the beginning of each issue where it shows like the cast of players and like their headshots, and it's just a quarter of the pages, or only a quarter of the page is like the main characters. Everything else is all the Mr. Fears.
Fear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's like, yeah, you guys didn't know, but over the past blah 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 since Captain America was unthawed and the Marvel Universe began, there've been a lot of Mr. Fears.
We just keep replacing them over time.
Hey guys, Marvel is the world outside your window. It keeps existing when you're not reading. You don't know how many Mr. Fears there are.
Hey, check out your own buildings. You don't know how many Mr. Fears might be in there right now.
Do the reprint of the 80s mutant ad parody. It's like,
yes,
it's 8 p.m. Do you know where your Mr. Fear is?
Mr. Fears are a lot like roaches. For every one you see, there's a bunch you don't, and that's the problem. We're gonna have to fumigate the whole building.
Oh, that would be the perfect time to put in more speakers.
Yeah, right? That's how they do. That's how they get you. And Matt's like trying to tell this to someone.
Oh my God, yeah, he becomes a conspiracy nut.
No, there's speakers in the wall, Peter Parker. Okay, we're gonna need to limit your screen time there, Matt. Little word. And the Catholic Church is trying to get me.
What's your algorithm, Matt?
And my 50-year-old mother is pregnant. We're gonna have to raise our children together. Okay, you've been hitting the head one too many times there, Matt. One too many times.
Oh my God, we did it! We ruined him. I'm crying. Not only his life, but we ruined him in the eyes of the whole superhero community.
And then we send him off to Ravencroft, which actually I know Matt's been sent to prison several times. I don't think he's ever been sent to the insane asylum, even though Mila Donovan, one of his ex-wives / girlfriends, is in the insane asylum. So that's what they do. They send him there, hey, here's your roommate, your other ex.
Mate, yeah.
Hello, Matt.
Electric
What's this say?
Electric comes and visits him every couple months. It's like, we're getting married.
What's this I hear about you being a father, Matt? I think she was blind, too. Again, that was the Bendis run, Mila Donovan. It's been a long time.
Oh, that's why I recognize that name.
Oh, yes, Mila. Man. God, they threw her through the ringer, too. Poor Mila, just for knowing Matt. That was kind of that story. Bendis like, yeah, it just sucks being a normal person in Matt's orbit.
Yeah.
Boy, do it.
Oh my God, we crafted perfection here today, Joel.
I think we did. Not to toot my own horn, not to pat myself on the back, but this feels good. By which I mean it feels terrible.
Hey, feel free to pat yourself on the back, Tat, because I will.
My big stupid Phoenix back, Tat.
Oh man. Well, if anybody in the comments has any better ideas, which I don't believe there are, on how to ruin Matt Murdock's life.
Right? Because it's kind of all been done.
Yeah, let us know. Let me know in the comments. I don't remember how I usually sign off these episodes, but if you like this, subscribe for more comic-based content. Here on my channel, I have my Patreon and my Etsy shop as well. And Joel, where can they find you? Besides the tattoo parlor, getting your back tat redone. Getting some touch-ups.
For real. Well, you can find me over on the CapedJoel channel. Again, we got new videos coming every Wednesday, Sunday, and Friday. Again, that's 3 big comic review videos, and then, one kind of video essay thing I kind of do on Friday, which is honestly not unlike what we do here, kind of, pitch sessions, thought exercises. I'm doing one this week, which, hey, I'll let people know exclusively here. I'm going to be inverting classic Batman villains to try and create the next generation of Batman villains. I don't know if you've been reading Detective Comics, but there's a new villain. There's a new villain Tom Taylor invented called the Lion, and the Lion is basically just 100% an inverse of Scarecrow. And I'm like, oh, that actually works in a weird, really cool way where this guy feels like he was always part of the group, even though he never was. I'm like, what if we expanded on that idea? What would you get if you inverted the Joker, if you inverted Poison Ivy? What would they become?
Oh, that is very interesting.
But if they still became villains, their whole gimmicks were inverted, but they were still villains, what would they be?
It's like there's an episode of Community where Jack Black shows up and he's like, hey, I've always been part of the group. Don't you remember me?
Basically, yeah.
Very cool. And that's on Twitch, right? Is that where it's streamed at, or no? Or is that what you said?
I know. No, YouTube.
YouTube. Okay. I don't know where I saw the Twitch from.
I don't stream near as much as I do. We stream the podcast Comic Multiverse over on Matt Fortress Solitude's channel and other places, but mostly
that's what I was thinking of.
I need to get back into streaming more. I need to do more of that. I do special monthly streams at the end of the month for patrons and members and everything like that, and that's a new thing. I'm only 2 months into that.
Very cool.
Since the new year.
Well, hey, all of the links to Joel's stuff will be in both the description and the pinned comment down below. Again, let us know in the comments, what were your thoughts on this absolute madness?
This nightmare.
of poor Matt Murdock. And join me next time on the Comic Schtick for... God only knows what the next episode's going to be about. Let me know if you want to see more Joel as a guest, maybe. Yeah. I will kidnap someone close and personal to him to get him back.
Give me back my family, Liam Neeson.
They'll get released, Joel, once we stop recording.
Okay, fine.
All right. And, but feel free to follow us online, subscribe for more, and I still don't know how to end this, so, bye.
Bye-bye.